Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and we have yardmen outside, we have blowers going, we have all kinds of stuff going on. You might hear it, but that's okay. It's not my first rodeo. We just power through it when the blowers are outside the window and whatnot. That's okay. I want to let everybody know, I just got off the phone with Brad Combs, and Brad Combs told me that they are literally, this is the conference center where they're going to be having XRP Las Vegas, MGM Grand Conference Center. And he told me that now they're having discussions with MGM Grand to possibly move from level 1 to level 3 because of how the ticket sales are going. So, and I got off the phone with another company you would know, I won't say who, but they are just now about to buy their company tickets, and so we're about to have a major snowball effect going on. There's only 50 days left. Brad told me that the tickets from the weekend till now were record-breaking sales, and so it's starting to accelerate. He said it did the same thing last year when they sold out. This is when the acceleration began. So I'm calling for end of March. General admission sold out. VIP's already sold out. And also, I talked to someone about one of their CEOs that's going to get a ticket to the benefit dinner, which is on the XRP Las Vegas website. If you still haven't gotten your tickets, make sure you go. If you're in my group, it's pinned at the top of the page to get your discount on your tickets. If not, you can just go in the description of this YouTube video. Now, when you go to XRP Las Vegas, this is what not to do. This man is betting his life savings on one spin of the roulette wheel, and he puts it on red, I believe.
Are you sure you want to make this bet with your life savings?
Yeah, I'm certain. I want you to know we would never knowingly condone or accept someone taking
bet all of your
a wager of their
XRP
entire
on red
life savings.
when you get there.
But we know that this is a culmination of a grand adventure for you, and hopefully the start of many more and more interesting adventures. Thanks. To that extent, once you're ready, just give me a head nod and we'll start it.
Great. All in on red. His whole life savings. No! So I think that's his mother, like, no, please, dear Lord. Man, what a loser you'd feel like if you didn't win. All right, he won. Then they play some copyright music right there at that point. So I had to stop it there. Remind everybody, Link to today is having their Ripple special. When you buy Ripple private equity, they are my sponsor. I can't remember if I said that. When you buy private equity on the Link to platform today for the next 24 hours, you will get, you have to link your Uphold account, and you will get XRP based on how much you buy. You'll get XRP dumped into your Uphold account, like good size amounts of XRP. Now check this out. I think this is significant. Bitcoin a minute ago had crossed 73,000. It's right there. XRP is still sitting strong at about 68 cents. The market's at 2.75 trillion. XRP Dominance, yes, 22%. The chart below is non-logarithmic, showing the measured move up the descending triangle for an upside breakout that could reach up to 22% market dominance. However, the odds of breaking to the upside are not in favor, but XRP will always defy the laws. Stay steady. 22% of 5 trillion total market capitalization is around 1 trillion, which translates into a $17 to $20 price for XRP. Boy, what would you do with a $17 to $20 XRP price? Okay, you got to go see this. This is Rob Cunningham at Cool Show, KUWLSHOW. Give him a follow. Rob is a friend of mine. He's a sharp guy, and he is having the greatest fraud ever attempted on his channel tonight. I don't know if he's got a, let's see, live streaming it. Okay, at cdmedia.com is where he's going to be live streaming it with this guy. I'm not sure who this is, but they're going to have Stephen Narioff. They're going to have Jimmy Valley, Zach Rector. I don't know this guy. Is it Echo? Is that how he goes? And then Chris and Maya, they are the husband-wife team that's filming XRP Unleashed. I will probably be at a baseball game for one of my sons tonight. So if I watch this, it might have to be after they do it. But that's going to be a good one. Check this out. Sam Lyman, he's the Forbes contributor. Listen to this.
This melting ice cube that people are holding in their hands and realizing that, the cash that they had in the bank today is worth about 30% less than it was just 10 years ago, as opposed to Bitcoin, which is worth about 5,000% more. So it's incredible to see the maturation of this asset, right? I think for a long time, Bitcoin was seen as, it's in its early days as something that was a little more underground, sort of had a cypherpunk origin. But more and more, you're seeing it become a long-term savings instrument from this melting ice cube.
Okay, hold on a second. Now, our old buddy Mike Novogratz was on CNBC this morning.
Mike, are you out of the business of telling us what? I wouldn't even try at this point. Remember in the past, we've always asked you, all right, it's at 40. Is it going to 35? All right, it's at 35. Is it going to 30? All right, it's now at 30. Is it going to 20? So we went from 20,000 to 2,000. We went from 65,000 to 17,000. We're now at 73,000. Are we past where, because of this adoption you talked about, are we past the point of it going back down to 20,000 and then back up, do you think?
Listen, I think so, but this has been a wild ride of an asset. We're in price discovery mode right now. And if you're looking at the charts, you could see 100,000, like that could be a target, but you don't know when you're in price discovery mode because we had $1 billion of inflows last night into the ETF complex. As long as that is positive, the price is going to keep grinding higher. Once that becomes negative, you'll see the first real correction. And so I think right now every trader is watching, add up the 9 ETFs and see what the net is. And as long as there's inflows. Now, of course, there's lots of other inflows and outflows in the Bitcoin universe. But right now, that's got the zeitgeist of what people are making their trading decisions off of. Things are frothy, funding rates are high. And so in times like this, you always have to be ready for a correction. I don't think we go back below 50, 55,000. I think that's the new floor unless something dramatic happens.
Okie dokie. And there was another clip, Mike Novogratz.
Let's talk about why it's ripping. It seems to me that this is simply more of a supply-demand issue than it says anything about either even liquidity in the market or just about anything else, that this is actually idiosyncratic to this unique and particular moment. Am I wrong or right?
Well, listen, there's a mindset shift, right? That all of a sudden the U.S. has broadly endorsed Bitcoin, right? You think about what's going on in D.C., this is a vote, right? The American people have just voted, and they have voted they like Bitcoin and they like digital assets. And so Washington needs to get off the stick, get off the couch and start doing something, right? This is going to be an issue for Democrats in this election who have been perceived to be standing in the way of Bitcoin in races like Ohio and in Montana, the Senate races. The crypto pack is putting in money. And so I think that's what you're seeing. You're seeing baby boomers get their first shot, right, through the RIA channel. Like there's $80 billion or $80 trillion of baby boomer wealth, and they're putting a small amount in. And Bitcoiners don't like to sell. Like they often think of their net worth and how many coins they have, not how many dollars they have.
That doesn't explain gold, Mike.
Well, listen, gold's going up as well. We have a political situation where both candidates seem to want to spend a whole lot of money. Right. When Biden's deficit or Biden's, budget came out with a trillion plus deficit, that doesn't engender a lot of spirit when it comes to wanting fiscal prudence, right? Bitcoin has always been a report card on fiscal stewardship, and we've got no stewardship in DC right now.
Okay, so let's see what else we got. This is from Boba Kugs, who is the official lightning rod of the Digital Asset Investor channel. When he speaks, people get upset, and he doesn't care. That's kind of how we run this show too. If we believe something, we will say it, and we will defy the crypto Gestapo and the crypto police, because we don't care if we really believe something, as long as we're doing things, talking about things we believe in for the right reasons. And I'm doing it myself, whether it's buying XRP or whatever, then we will talk about it. We're not children on here. We're not worried about what the opinions of others are if we really believe it. So HSBC, this is what Boba Kugs tweeted out. HSBC becomes first bank in the world to offer tokenized gold. And right here it says HSBC, this is from November 2023, they're working with Swiss enterprise firm, tech firm Metaco to use its institutional platform Harmonize as a part of HSBC's new custody service for digital assets. Metaco's Harmonized solution helps unify security and management of digital asset operations. And of course, if you don't remember, back in 2017, HSBC tapped former Ripple CEO for Tech Advisory Board. That would be one Chris Larson. So this is a long-standing thing. Now, I want to show you this from Ken Griffin of Citadel.
Crypto?
If we had better regulatory policy.
Better regulatory policy from who?
From the SEC.
Ironic, you should send that in your WhatsApp to share again.
Snapchat again, right?
Snapchat. Yeah. You want better crypto policy.
Yes, we do, because when you have regulatory clarity, you'll bring the big players into the space. And that, again, will drive down the cost of trading. It'll drive up resiliency in the markets. And it will drive out shiesty characters. You know, one of the things that markets that are poorly regulated do is they create space for bad actors to live in. When markets are transparent, when they're thoughtfully regulated, you push out bad actors and you encourage more thoughtful both asset allocation and capital formation.
All right. So he thinks they need to do what's necessary to bring the big players in. Now, let me remind you about Citadel. A Citadel-sponsored conference is the last place we saw Bill Hinman. And Citadel is also famous because from the GameStop thing, if you remember, Citadel was a big investor in Robinhood, and Robinhood was an uprising of retail investors, or GameStop was an uprising of retail investors who kept buying GameStop, and all these big firms had shorted it. And then they kept on buying and buying and buying, and then the question always was, did Robinhood's executives talk to Citadel before they literally turned off the buy button? I mean, if ever people should have gone to jail, they should in this case. But as has been done with ETHgate, they gave more coverage to that than they did ETHgate on CNBC, and look how they covered it. In the standard way. These are just allegations, and then nothing happens. Somebody may have gotten fined, but it's always some fine, make $1 billion, get fined 10 million kind of thing.
Of course, there's been some discussion and some controversy about Citadel, and some vague accusations that somehow Citadel may have been involved in Robinhood's decision, Wilf, to stop or restrict trading in GameStop and other shorts. We have a statement now from Citadel, and this is it. And I'm quoting from the statement. Citadel Securities has not instructed or otherwise caused any brokerage firm to stop, suspend, or limit trading or otherwise refuse to do business. Citadel Securities remains focused on continuously providing liquidity to our clients across all market conditions. Citadel is not involved in or responsible for any retail broker's decision to stop trading in any way. And that's the end of the statement. Of course, as you know, Wilf, Citadel is one of the biggest market makers in the United States. And what they seem to be saying here is we don't dictate business practices to any of our clients, whether it's Robinhood or anybody else. Of course, there is a payment for order flow situation here, but they don't address that at all. Citadel's very clear. They're not instructing or otherwise causing any brokerage firm to stop, suspend, or limit trading, or otherwise refuse to do business. See if you can get some more information on.
Yeah, that's probably about the end of their inquiry there at CNBC. About right there is where they would stop before anybody actually got punished for any wrongdoing. All right, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com, and I'm going to show you symbolically, I'm going to show you what XRP represents to me and what I've thought it is. I think that I've always thought XRP had everything to do with the 2008-9 financial crisis. I think crypto has, I think there's a reason Bitcoin, I think they activated Bitcoin in that financial crisis as a, back then they called it moral hazard. And when I heard moral hazard, this is not the exact definition, but when I heard moral hazard, what I always thought was, what they were worried about is, if we bail out our friends right here, what are the mainstream investors, how are they going to react? Are they going to lose all faith? Because remember, the fiat system has everything to do with faith, okay? When your money's backed by nothing, it's all about faith. And if you lose that faith, you could have people hit the exits and start buying physical gold. I've always thought they activated the system and made it look like a libertarian movement so that if that happened in the financial crisis, when people started hitting the exits, they would have an option. They were going to go to gold, and now there's this thing, wait, this is just like gold. And that from that time until now, they've been slowly herding all the population into this crypto thing, and now they've opened the ETFs. Well, I believe that XRP has always been the one. And I'm going to show you what I think the perfect symbolism of what I think XRP is in this reset that's coming, this change of a financial system. I think XRP is the lifeboat, not just for retail. I think it's the lifeboat for the big boys. And I'm going to illustrate it, show you something that to me exemplifies what it is. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.